Take this job and shove it.
This is Jobcast Radio, and I am Mike Baumgartner, your Work-Life Survival Sage and Chief Executive Officer of the Work-Life Survival Center. Give me a call, 304-867-4142. Again, 304-867-4142. If you've got a problem with your boss, you need help surviving your job, or you need help finding a job, we'll help you in any way that we can, whether it be your resume, whether it be interviewing, whether it be dealing with just the negotiation of making it through the day. You need a raise. You need to figure out how to ask your boss for that. All that. We are glad to help you out here. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on the web, jobcastradio.com, and you can always shoot me an email, mike@jobcastradio.com. And before our last break, we were talking about holiday gifts, things to give to your boss or to other coworkers. And there's a lot of good things that are out there that you can do. Again, you can always buy a nice bottle of wine, cigars. Again, the key is to know the individual to some degree, something that they like or something about them. If you can personalize it, that's great. If you can't, there are some really good generic things that a lot of people will tend to appreciate. And hopefully, at least they've set a cap as far as how much you can spend, no more than $20, maybe no more than $25, sometimes no more than $10. So think about, a lot of people say, I don't want to give gift cards. It's so impersonal. Honestly, if somebody gave me a $10 Amazon.com gift card or something to Target, Walmart, everybody has to buy something. That comes in handy. That is actually not a bad gift. Now, don't give, honestly, something like iTunes, where it's music or a video. A lot of people still don't have iPods. A lot of people are not that big into computers. So a gift card from iTunes, no, probably not a good idea. A few other not good ideas. Coffee mugs. Oh my gosh. I have a collection, must be 75 coffee mugs of people have given to me that, quite frankly, I use them to hold dirt. They're nice little potted plants or something. Don't. Please. I don't care if your boss doesn't have a world's best boss coffee mug. Don't get him one. It's not, don't. Please don't do that. Do not get anything from an adult novelty store. No matter how funny the gag might be, don't do it. Not a good idea. Do not give a subscription to Weight Watchers. I appreciate that you are thinking of your boss's health. Don't do anything that you think will make the boss more healthy. Bad idea. If there is on the box that big red square box that says "as seen on TV," don't do it. I don't, honestly, there's some neat things that you see as seen on TV, some neat little stuff for your feet, your hands, your head, your heart, whatever. But honestly, when I see that little "as seen on TV" on it, what does your brain say? What does my brain say? Cheap. Please don't do that. Also, there are some really neat, there are a couple of neat creative ideas you can do as far as gifts. There are a lot of the month clubs. Cheese of the month, wine of the month, chocolate of the month. That's a really neat, creative kind of gift if you can afford it and if you know the person well enough, because then you've got a gift that keeps on giving. It's a great thing for your boss, especially because it keeps reminding him how nice you were at Christmas all year long. Candle of the month is a neat gift. Again, hopefully you've also given them a candle warmer, because if you have an open flame in your office, that'll just drive HR nuts, and you're probably violating policies. But there are some of the month clubs that you don't want to do. For example, sock of the month club. It's just why? And if you're not sure whether or not the gift would be right, you might want to just kind of check around with a couple of friends and say, what would you think if somebody gave you this? Think about that. So again, Gym membership, bad idea. Weight Watchers, bad idea. Chocolate body paints, really, really bad idea. Now, you may be saying, Michael, nobody does that. Oh, I was at an HR holiday party where one of the HR directors gave another HR director chocolate body paints. Everybody laughed. It was totally amusing. It was not a good idea. It was just, I mean, look, if you don't know why it's not a good idea, then you probably shouldn't be working in a company anyway. But don't do those kinds of things. For those of you who have what are called white elephant parties, if you know what a white elephant party is, it's basically swapping a gift that nobody wants. It's something that is so horrific, so awful, so lousy that you give it to somebody. That way, you kind of go into your closet and you're like, oh my gosh, I've been meaning to throw this away. I'll give it away as a gift. That can be fun, again, if you go through all the rules that we have just gone through. A ceramic plate from 1952 that has a photograph of some actor that nobody knows. That's a great little white elephant gift. A ceramic white elephant. That's kind of fun. And especially if you've been at the company for a while, because then this horrific gift tends to get passed on and on and on and on and on. That's kind of fun as well. So as you're thinking for gifts for individuals at work, remember those rules, stick with it, and do something nice. Again, it is the holiday season. You don't have much else to do other than that and work on your resume. So focus on that. And speaking of resumes, there is a change, again, another shift sort of on things that people are talking about on what you should have in your resume and what you shouldn't have on a resume. Remember, we are at 9.8% unemployment. Only about 36,000 jobs were created last month when they were expecting, maybe 150,000 jobs. So you need to get your resume ready. There is an article that was out on Yahoo Finance, part of U.S. News and World Report, by Karen Burns back in November about the 50 buzzwords you shouldn't use on your resume. And it's a very interesting article. And the reason I am bringing it up now is it makes a really good point. There are a lot of words that we use that when they were first being used would actually grab your attention. Keywords that kind of made you stick out on a resume, but they've been used so much and they are so generic that now if you start embedding them into your resume, people look at it and go, not a lot of creativity, not a lot of thought behind it. Buzzwords are great if they truly describe who you are and you are backing it up with some example about, who you are. Again, you want your resume to focus on your accomplishments. You want it to be a why I am special piece of paper. And we've done lots and lots of shows on resumes, but now's the time when, honestly, you're not going to be interviewing all that much. You're not going to have a lot of jobs to apply for. Now's a great time to get it put together. So 50 buzzwords you shouldn't use on your resume, and we'll have this up on my site, jobcastradio.com, and it may raise an eyebrow or two. Such words as team player, detail-oriented, proven track record of success, experienced, excellent communication skills, a go-to person, self-starter. Now, I am sure everybody who is hearing these words are going, wait a second, that's all through my resume. That's the point. It's all through everybody's resume. It doesn't make you stand out. It makes you look like everybody else. Now, it's okay to say that you're a self-starter, but pull out the thesaurus, find another way to do it, and provide an example of why you're different. I can't tell you how many times somebody will describe themselves as results-oriented. Oh, yeah, prove it. Your resume is designed for you to prove that you're special, not just say you're special. So if you're saying that you're dynamic, well, what is dynamic? Everybody has, I'm a dynamic person. What does that mean? Give me an example. If you say that you are great at innovation, give me an example. What innovation did you bring to the company that nobody else could do? Well, I raised sales percentage up by 5 points. Go, great. I don't care. How did you do it? Get specific. Get miraculous. Do it now. Be ready for it and start handing this resume out and get people taking a look at it. Strong presentation skills. Well, they're going to find that out when they interview you. But that you've done a presentation before the CEO, which resulted in your project moving forward, now you have my attention, especially if the project required a significant front expenditure of a certain amount of money, but you ended up saving a certain amount of money. Multitasking, proactive, all these words, trustworthy. Why do you have to say on your resume that you're trustworthy? Why? If you're not, we're going to find out really quickly, aren't we?
Take this job and shove it.